Thank you for coming back to We the People News. Please subscribe, please leave your thumbs up, and please leave your comments. First of all, thank you so much for all the support that you give me on this channel, allowing me to do this. Thank you so much. Bitcoin, WhatsApp, cryptocurrency of any kind that you will see in my comments, please know that that is a scammer. It is not me. Even if it's got my name and a picture of me, if you don't see the check mark, it is not me. We the People, if you want your comments put over on the We the People website, please start it by saying We the People. We will take it over there for you. Please check out the We the People website and the We the People Facebook group. Both links are in the description box below this video. If you didn't see yesterday's video, please go back and watch it. There's a lot of good stuff in there I don't want you to miss, and it would help me out a lot on YouTube. I will link it to the end of this video. Y'all, I got a lot to cover, but I do want to answer one question that I got in yesterday's video. I want to answer that question first, and then I'll get right into it. Somebody asked, they said, Walter, are the seniors getting a stimulus check? Y'all, I talk about this every opportunity I get, and every time I talk about it, I say there is no stimulus checks. Nobody is getting a stimulus check. Young, old, in between, anyone. There is absolutely no stimulus checks on the table right now. A few senators are kind of talking about a stimulus check, but nothing is concrete yet. I mean, and it hadn't even gained traction. It's just a few senators talking about it. No, there is no stimulus check for anyone. Until I come on here screaming to the hill that there is a stimulus check on the way, just know there is no stimulus check. Don't know how much plainer I can be. Okay, let's get into this. I know right now we are all feeling the inflation. We are all feeling like we will not get past this pandemic. We also feel that Congress is out to kill America and all the American people. It looks that way anyway. But I also believe the best is yet to come. And the best will come right after the midterm elections and then the 2024 elections, when we vote all of these corrupt politicians out and get all new, probably corrupt politicians too, but at least they will be new and they will be watching themselves for a little bit. Y'all, we know what the Democrats want, the ones that's in office right now, and they do not want to help the American people. We don't really know what the Republicans want because they're not being vocal about it. But we do know the Democrats needs to be voted out. They are only there to help themselves, their own bottom line, and their rich friends on Wall Street. The Republicans right now that's in office, what do they want? We don't know. They're not talking. They're just talking about they won't pass these bills. But that's about as far as it goes. We have no clue of what they want. So I think we have to let them all go and let's start anew. When we start anew with these new senators, lawmakers, whatever you want to call them, when we start anew with them, we need to let them know straight from the get-go. We need to jump on them time they take office with phone calls and letters demanding help for the American people. And we need to let them know that we are watching them very close. We are paying attention to what they do, and if they do not help the American people, they will only serve one term. Y'all, it's up to us. We have to vote these crooked politicians out. If we keep voting the same ones in, who do we blame? I mean, you can't keep doing the same thing and expect a different outcome. It don't work that way. Look how many times people vote Nancy Pelosi in. Look how many times they vote Mitch McConnell in. Look how many times Schumer's been in. Look how long Biden's been in office. Y'all, we only have ourselves to blame. We have to learn from our mistakes and vote these crooked politicians out. Y'all, all this fighting back and forth about the voters' rights, they are still fighting over this. And the bill has now fell 4 times to get the voters' rights changed. 4 times, and they don't get the message. That is proof positive that they don't care what the American people wants. We have told them what we want, and they do not listen. But what the American people wants and needs is only for Americans to vote in American elections. No, we don't want dead people voting, and it's happened in the past. We do not want these illegal criminals that's flooding our borders. We do not want them to have the right to vote. Why is it so hard for these lawmakers to understand this? It's plain and simple, Little Joe. Little Joe, all he wants is for the illegals to vote, to get him more votes, because he knows the American people will never vote for his sorry ass again. I believe these illegals should be rounded up and sent back over the border where they came from. And while we're at it, any American that wants to give these illegals the right to vote in our elections, well, let's round them up and send them back with them also. They love them so much, let them stay with them. It's time we take our government back. It's time we take our country back. The bottom line is, until you take a citizenship test and become a citizen of the United States, you are not an American and should not be able to vote in our elections. The only rights you should have are waiting for you back home in your own home country. Go exercise your rights there. Thank you again so much for all the support that you give me. Please leave your comments, and I do read all of your comments. I just can't answer them all. Little Joe was asked, is he going to make good on his campaign promises to forgive $10,000 in student loans? He turned around and walked off without an answer at all. He did not give a reply of any kind. He just does what he does best, turns around and walks off. All this man can do is lie, and I guess he didn't feel like lying that time. The White House says Little Joe is still trying to get permission from the Education Secretary to forgive this $10,000 in student loans. Y'all know how I feel about these student loans. These people made these loans and they should have to pay for them, just like I pay for my car and my home. We freely go into these loans. We have to freely pay for them also. But since he did promise it, he needs to make good on his promise. They said that he is still trying to get permission from the Secretary of Education. Well, isn't he acting president right now? Why can't he just call that secretary into his office and demand an answer right now, point blank? Can I forgive these loans or can I not forgive these loans? There's a lot of lawmakers that says he can, he just won't. In any case, if he can't get that Secretary of Education in his office for a sit down, the Secretary of Education needs to be fired. And then Little Joe needs to go ahead and make this happen and see if it sticks. I mean, he did promise it, so he needs to try to deliver on it. It don't look like he's trying. Senator Ben Cardin said, maybe it's time for standalone bills. Little Joe wants standalone bills, but Nasty Nancy don't want them. So who's the President of the United States anyway? Is it Little Joe or Nasty Nancy? It really does seem like Nasty Nancy is President Pelosi. Y'all, she don't want these standalone bills because she won't get her $200 million for that park with her name on it. $200 million of your taxpayer dollars going to make a park and putting her name on it. That's the only thing she is worried about. Y'all, please get the phone numbers and the addresses in the description box below this video and let your voices be heard. Somebody told me yesterday in the comments to please keep writing my letters. I'm writing my letters. Are you writing your letters? Everyone needs to write these letters. Or else you really, if you don't complain to the right people, you really don't have a right to complain to anyone. Because a YouTuber can't fix these problems. Your friends can't fix these problems. Your family can't. Your co-workers can't. These lawmakers can. So complain to them. Write those letters. Make those phone calls. Even more important than that, get out and vote. Y'all, if you want your comments put over on We the People, please start it by saying We the People. Please check out the We the People website and the We the People Facebook group. Both links are in the description box below this video. Also, say a prayer for the world. Say a prayer for our country. Say a prayer for our leaders that they will start doing the right thing for the American people. Only prayer can turn that around. Say a prayer for everyone that's hurting through COVID, financial hardship, or any other affliction. And just know, I do love you all. Until tomorrow. Ciao.